Steve says the win over Blackpool was a turning point. Fingers crossed. Let's hope so. The season now starts for Plymouth Argyle. Welcome back to 20 minutes of Plymouth Argyle chat. We've got Reese here on our bank holiday weekend chat. Of course, our others are off on their jolly holidays. How are you doing, Reese? The season kicks on from here, yeah?
You got to hope so, haven't you? It was much improved performance. Probably not as good as what we've probably seen at times with the attacking flow, but you know what? A win is a win at the end of the day, and I think that was the most important thing from yesterday.
Brilliant. Right, coming up on this week's episode, we're going to talk about Palson's exit, of course, as well. The sadness of fans all across Plymouth, and the announcement that his contract has been completely annulled. We'll talk about Ashby Hammond. He's been getting some stick, but do we actually need to give him some flowers this week? And also, we'll obviously look at back at that, of course, that midweek game as well. Plus, we're looking at the Argyle kit, and of course, our new striker signed from Port Vale this week. So, quite a lot to get through. Let's start with the most recent news, though, Reece. Let's start with that's just dropped in the last hour for going into recording this. So, the club have officially announced that they have terminated Victor Palson's contract with immediate effect, and I'd like to thank him for all his efforts. Would you like to thank him for all his efforts?
You can't deny that he gave his all when he was on the pitch. Just unfortunately didn't really know how to play football. I think that was the biggest problem. I think he never shied away from anything. He was always giving his all. Just he wasn't capable, wasn't good enough for this. I don't think for English football. I think that's probably why he's gone back to Denmark now. It wasn't working for him, was it?
Jack says, some player, those 3.5 games where he looked average under music will not be forgotten. Why? I mean, do you think it is just that international footballer not putting it in English League? Do you think think League One is even above him?
Yes, I think so. I think unfortunately we call him an international footballer. It's for Iceland. I know they were good a few years ago, but I don't know their standard nowadays. But for me, he just championship level. I mean, last season he was Rooney's mate and somehow managed to get himself another contract. I think he'd been at 3 of his previous clubs. It was a desperate signing, and it continued to be desperate. And the fact that he didn't move on early in the summer, I think, probably surprised some people. But I think they were trying to give him the benefit of doubt in League One. But yeah, I think from the sounds of what Cleverley said yesterday, it was Paulson admitting that it needed to change now, and he was only requested to move on. And I mean, we're not going to stand in his way, are we? Really, at that point?
Yeah, brilliant. If you're just joining us, then it's 20 minutes where we put all the Plymouth Argyle tweets and decisions and takes from you lot to our regular panel. So do drop us a quick subscribe and a quick like if you haven't done so already. Before we get to the Blackpool game, Reece, let's just jump back in time to the midweek fixture. I know there was another loss, but were there signs that was an improvement defensively anyway, especially with the new signings coming in?
Yes, there was an improvement defensively. We took a massive step backwards attackingly from an attacking point of view. I think it was probably the worst. I mean, I didn't go to Bolton or Lincoln, so I can't comment on those games. But it was the worst performance I had seen this season. But defensively, there was building blocks there in that game. I mean, Alex Mitchell made the mistake for their goal, but you know what? He had signed 24 hours before. Yeah. There's a massive difference between match fitness and match sharpness, isn't there? And I think you've got to give him a chance there. I think he just didn't step up and played the lad on side. It was a scrappy game. Leighton Orient probably did a job on us. They pushed us hard, pressed us hard, made us go long ball, and they had a big team. They had a really, really tall team, and we're not set up for that. We're not that sort of team. So, you know, those games happen. I think if we had an all right start to the season, you would have probably gone, you know what? It happens. You have a poor performance. Even when we got 101 points in this league, I mean, we got battered 5-1 at Peterborough away that season. It happens. Just unfortunate that that was the 4th game in the trot, and we sort of needed the points. But yeah, defensively is important. I think was the big thing.
Good. Then on to the Blackpool result. Richard said much better performance. Really solid in defence. Mitchell was fantastic. And the keeper today was spot on with everything. Should have had 2 or 3 goals. Getting you lads. We'll see you at your next game. We'll keep on the keeper here. Ashby Hammond gets a lot of stick, but he's fantastic today, says Dan. So, do we need to give him a bit of credit? Because he's had a bit of a bashing on here in the last couple of weeks.
100%. I think. His goal wasn't peppered. Was far from peppered with shots or anything. But what he had to deal with, he dealt with really well. And what I actually was more impressed with was his commanding of his certainly his 6-yard box. He came out for everything. He was taking catches. I mean, I saw him punch a ball, which is the first time I've seen him punch a ball all season. I think it was just, and everything looked comfortable for him. Everything looked reassured. I think that there was a stupid moment in the QPR game. He came out for a ball outside his box. Both me and my dad, who sits next to me, went, "Don't pick the ball up," because he just looked nervous at everything he did. This time he didn't. He looked reassured. He looked like he knew what he was doing as a keeper, and for once looked like a goalkeeper, which I think gives your defence straight away that confidence that if something gets past us, we've got someone behind us who's going to look after us. So it gives them a bit of confidence.
Brilliant. Anybody else impressed? We'll come on to your new striker in a second. Anybody else need to shout out?
I think Mitchell. I think just from an extra few days in training, looked really good. He sort of looks like the replacement for Katic a little bit. Like if the ball's coming in that box, he heads it away and he gets his head in it and every time. And I think that's what we've been missing. Brendan Galloway had a good game. It's a shame he pulled up at the end. But what do we expect with Brendan Galloway? And I think there was a few other. Boateng in midfield again. He's had a really good start to the season. He's been one of the most consistent throughout the team. He couldn't get in the team last season, but I think he was always a future player. But he's looking really good in midfield this season.
Yeah, shame then that your next 2 fixtures are against teams that have had a really impressive start. Obviously, Cardiff. This weekend coming at their place, and then it's Stockport, isn't it? After that, so do you give yourself? Cardiff have had a blistering start. They're such a young side as well. Do you see the gap between those 2 teams and yourself and them having grown over the summer, or?
I think definitely Cardiff has definitely grown. Stockport, I don't know a massive amount about them. I know that they've certainly built a team over the last couple of years, haven't they? They got promoted from League to, I think it was not long before that they got promoted out of the National League. But I think we're probably a step behind them. I think we're more. Certainly, there was a statement from the board this week after Tuesday when everything got a bit hostile in the stadium. Explaining that it's more of a medium long term project at the moment, and they're not looking for an immediate return to the Championship. Bit disappointed with that because it's what we were promised at the start of the season was we want to go straight back up. But I think Cardiff, I think it's probably going to be a step above us. But bit of confidence, bit going into it. Defensively, if we're hard to break down, it might show a different side of us. Talai, if we can get him in training this week, and he looked promising. So you never know what happens. It could be one of those games where it clicks and you snatch a 1-0 and beautiful, isn't it?
Okay. Ever since we started, of course, this podcast a couple of weeks ago, all of you have been screaming out for a striker, as the whole of Plymouth Twitter. And of course, it went into meltdown, I think, was it Thursday morning when, it was announced that, you'd figured out that Tolaj has his trigger. Happy with this one?
I am. I've seen there's a few people a bit deflated by it. It's not a proven League One striker, but from what you can see, he looks like a natural goal scorer. He looks like a proper out and out centre forward. He can hold the ball up. He can go in behind. He chases lost causes absolutely fun, and the most important thing, he scores goals. But he scores goals and gets assists. I think there's a really good goal scorer in there. I think he's proven it at Port Vale. I feel sorry for Port Vale. We've had it done to us multiple times now, where we've had the trigger last minute done to us. But I'm happy with Talai. I think he'll be a very good forward, I think, for us.
Okay. Still to come then, we're going to talk. This is the final week of the transfer deadline, of course. Slams shut next Monday at the time of recording, anyway. So we'll be asking Reece and asking you in the comments what's needed. We've heard, Reece, that there's going to be money ploughed into obviously training facilities and around the club, and giving the impression in that statement that perhaps there's not this bag of money which Plymouth fans might be expecting, and that actually the money's going to be ploughed into them. So get your thoughts on it in a minute. Plus away kits as well. What do you think of this season's away kit? So stay tuned for that. 7 days or 8 days left, roughly from when we're time of speaking. What do you desperately want?
For me, Cleverly's come out and said he wants one more. He wants a midfielder. I think I would like two. I think we definitely need, maybe three. I think we definitely need another 10. I've been probably disappointed with Caleb Watts so far in that position. I don't think I think he just goes walkies. He just disappears into positions. And I think I'm probably another holding midfielder because Bradley Abraham's guaranteed about 30 yellow cards in the season, I think, the way it's going. So he's going to see a few suspensions, so we probably need someone to cover him. And then left back for me. We currently got Benarous playing there, who is a midfielder. We brought on a right back for him at left back on Saturday. We have no fit left back, so I'm quite surprised they're not doing anything with that. I know they've said in the statement they don't want to turn to the loan market as much anymore. But I think you probably need to. We're still building a squad. Just get someone in, a young lad that's still gonna improve the quality of the squad. I don't see the negativity behind it.
Boom. Okay. Let us know in the comments if you agree with all of that. And last week we of course looked at the home kit, so now we need to look at. I like this. I'm not sure. I can imagine Chris being a fan of it. What do you reckon?
I really like it. I mean, one of the guys I go to Argyle with hates it, absolutely despises it, which I'm really surprised with. And for that exact reason is why probably I love it, just to wind them up a little bit. And he does listen, so he will hear this. So
what's the hate for it? I mean, I've seen some saying, "Look, it's
For some reason, he doesn't like the dark kit. I think when we've got a dark green kit, he doesn't like the dark black kit with it. But for me, I think it looks really nice. I think the logo looks really nice. The sponsor fits it. That when you look closely as well, the detailing on it is really nice, and it's the gold there again. It's if somehow by magic we do win this league, it's a fitting shirt to do it in.
Absolutely, it's going to be good as a classic, isn't it? If you do go up with it. Right then, thanks so much, Reece. 7 days to go to the transfer window. Fingers crossed we can sit here next week talking about a few brand new faces. Good luck against Cardiff. Methinks you might need it given the way they've started, and we'll catch you on the other side of it. Thanks so much, Reece.
Cheers.